Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a new video. Today for you guys, we are going to be reacting to a new video by Jaiden Animations called I Found Out I Have ADHD. I'm excited to get into this, guys. Before the video starts, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the support you guys always show. It really does mean a lot to me. Leave a comment down below who you guys want me to react to in the future. And if you guys live with ADHD, comment down below something helpful you think would help somebody else. You never know, something you might say might actually help someone in the comments, so leave a comment down below. But it's still the internet, so be safe. Don't say anything too crazy. Make sure you guys leave a like on Jaiden's video too, but that's all I got for you guys, so let's get right into the video.
Do you ever think to yourself, man, why is it so hard for me to just do the things I need to do?
Yeah.
And focus and remember things and
all the
manage my
time.
time and
Oh,
be
taxes.
organized and remember things and not get sidetracked.
Oh.
Ha!
Oh gosh.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was pretty much the picture-perfect depiction of a good student. I was well organized, always turned in my work on time, got good grades. I even did my homework on Fridays instead of procrastinating until Sunday
I'd never
night.
do that. I
Sure,
don't care.
I didn't like studying and found it hard to focus during it. But saying all those qualities
wow, I wonder
put
why.
together, that doesn't sound like the brain of someone with any kind of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, does it?
What?
I was well behaved, didn't feel like I struggled much in school, and didn't cause any trouble.
Nice.
That is, up until I moved out of my parents' house for the first time to go to college.
No.
Gradually,
cool
I
leg.
started slipping. I began skipping classes a bit when I just didn't feel like going.
Oh,
Would wait
boy.
until the last moment to start classwork, and lost a lot of motivation because I wasn't interested in any of my schoolwork.
Oh,
but overall,
gosh, man,
even
what?
though it was pretty out
Yeah,
of
why is she
character for
banging her
me,
head like this?
I chalked it all up to the fact I was simply over going to school. At the same
okay.
time, my YouTube was really kicking off, and all I wanted to do was that.
Big up YouTube.
Of course, I wasn't gonna be as good of a student when the silly YouTube videos were doing numbers. I finished a single year of college and convinced my parents to let me take a gap year to see where
So
this
let me
YouTube
out.
thing can take me. Spoiler alert, the gap year turned into me never going back. I'm a college
Many
dropout.
years.
So great, I've eliminated the boring school part of my life that weighs me down. Now
Okay.
I can go back to being organized with my new exciting passion job. Which
And win is a win.
entails being my own boss and having to manage and assign myself
Oh,
all of
no.
my own responsibilities 24/7.
Bill.
Why, the voice
Taxes
is
again.
not getting quieter. It's almost like everything was going backwards. I was having a much harder time staying organized and focused. If I didn't want to do a certain type of work, I would have to shackle myself down in basically an isolation chamber to be able to get it done. If I found a new interest, it was all
There's
I
lots
could
of new
think
Miku.
about. And why is it so easy to suddenly be on your roof watching a YouTube video on how to know when you need new shingles?
Pause!
I
No,
really
when
didn't
she...
get it.
How...
Child me
What?
had it held
I'm so
together.
sorry. How'd she get up there? If you guys have ADHD, let me know if you've ever just found yourself on the roof for some reason. But also just let me know if you guys experienced some of the stuff she did. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the stuff she's listing kind of makes me want to go see if I should get diagnosed or something. I don't know. But y'all let me know in the comments.
More than current me. What went wrong? I could look back and recognize how everything used to be so perfect and easy. Look at tiny Jaiden and all her ducks in that row. I used to color code every single binder I owned, and now I don't even know where I placed the 20 bucks I literally just had in my hand 3 minutes ago.
While recording this?
Genuinely, where could it f***ing go? Despite feeling like I was downward spiraling for multiple years, I never suspected it could be something related to a genetic neurodevelopmental.
No.
I just thought I wasn't trying hard enough and being lazy or applying myself like I used to. Oh, the woes of turning into an adult, I suppose. Maybe the best years of your life truly are in high school. Upsetting. I didn't even enjoy those either. But then one day I got a text from my brother. I got diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh, he's got like a
It's a
certificate.
pretty big surprise for me because growing up, he never really seemed to show any of the typical symptoms.
You know, I don't
you
think we've seen her
associate
brother in
with
a video in a
ADHD.
while.
You know, people would always describe ADHD to me as super hyper kids who would run around the room and scream and generally be a lot. That wasn't my brother. He was quiet and well behaved like I was. But when he started explaining his symptoms, the gears started turning.
So
yeah,
wait a minute.
I've always struggled a lot with focusing in school and having things hold my attention when it's boring. But like, I could hyperfixate on things I'm interested in and get really passionate about that stuff.
I'll get so
Hearing him
stuck,
talk
man.
about his
I'm not even
personal
gonna lie to you.
symptoms of ADHD made a lot of sense, and I felt very freshly educated on the topic. And you'd think that I would immediately start looking into getting a diagnosis for myself, because if you were paying attention, my brother's experiences all sounded very similar to the same struggles I've been having in my own life,
So
but
wait a
related
minute.
to work instead of school, because I dropped out. But nope, I was just like, good for you, bro. Happy for you.
Oh my
Or Or I'm sorry. I
Happy
don't know.
for
Anyway,
you?
back to struggling.
I guess it's
to
a good
simply
thing.
Open up my drawing program as if 2 blocks of iron were welded to my wrists. Imbalance of brain chemicals? Nah. This
So
just
that could never
happens
be
from
me.
time to time. It's normal. Just laziness kicking in. I hate Mondays, am I right? Even though I didn't
gosh.
instantly consider the possibility of me also having ADHD, the mental seed was planted. It's genetic, so I knew subconsciously it ran in the
So
bloodline. It
something's
took a few
happening.
years after
Okay.
my brother was diagnosed for me to really sit down with myself and consider that I too could have
I think that's the hardest
ADHD.
part. Just like
Shocking
coming to
revelation,
terms
I
that
know.
it may be
Foreshadowing,
you.
Where did you come from? Things in the focus and productivity department were just getting worse and worse. I had
Yeah.
the attention span of a cartoon dog, would completely
gosh.
forget things as
Stop
soon as
barking
they
at
entered
things.
my head, would hyperfixate on random stuff like an addict, and there was constant
gosh.
civil war happening inside my head to get one thing done, even though I knew it would only take like 15 minutes. You don't understand. It feels like physical torture to make myself sit down and lip sync a simple scene, like most of the time. You
No,
know,
yeah, no.
the thing I've been
I
doing
would just
for
can
10
the lip
years at
syncing,
this
man.
point,
At some point I get tired.
definitely used to doing. And yeah, once I've gotten going, then I'm honed in, and you have to pry me away from it with a crowbar. I'm
Yeah.
aware of that part, but nah, I'm still gonna scrap with myself to plant my
gosh.
ass in that chair because
Oh.
I don't even know why at this point. The biggest thing holding me back from feeling like I had ADHD
I like the Zorro
has
in the background.
always been the simple memory of being in school and having my shit together. I know what it feels like to be on top.
Wait, I'm gonna pause it again real quick. Guys, let me know, if you have ADHD, what do you think the hardest part about it would be? Would it be like focusing at work and school, or it would be like just normal stuff throughout the day, like, I don't know, going on your phone and getting fixated on something? Let me know what the hardest part would be, because I feel like for me, I get really focused on whatever's just right in front of me, and then if I don't want to do something, I won't do it for like a day. So I don't know, y'all let me know what the hardest thing would be for you. Alright, we're gonna get back into it.
Top of things and to be organized. I had it all in the palm of my little child hand. I just needed to summon it again with a bit more effort. But a light switched off in my brain, and suddenly I'm just not capable of the things I used to be, and it feels pathetic. Simple tasks are
Yeah, I
such
feel
a
like you get
mental
really
burden.
hard on yourself,
It feels
too.
like I'm out of control but can't do anything about it. So finally, I figured I would try and get myself diagnosed. What did I have to lose? If anything, they just tell me, no, you don't have ADHD. Try a little harder and stop complaining. And
So try harder
yes,
at life.
Of course, it took me like 8 months after deciding to get diagnosed to schedule the actual appointment.
Oh,
What did
gosh.
you expect? That's like the first checkmark box on the ADHD list. I started
So how
seeing a
long did you wait for this
psychologist,
appointment?
and he would ask the typical, do you have a hard time focusing? And I'd go, yeah, like this one time yesterday, and then he'd write something down as I continue rambling.
He's like, okay,
way too
continues
long
rambling.
for a neurotypical person. I met with him for a few weeks, and then it came down to diagnosis day. The
Oh.
nerves, man. I
Oh.
was so ready for him to say I'm a normal person.
I think
who
I'd be
needs to
scared if he
suck it
said
up.
no.
But instead, he was like, okay, so yeah, you definitely exhibit symptoms of someone with the inattentive type of ADHD. And autism. Yippee!
And- oh,
My
gosh,
skills are
wait.
justified. I'm not crazy. Wait, what was that last part? He explained all the different ways ADHD affects me and the different areas I struggle with compared to others. He even gave me a 37-page document of his conclusions and information on how my brain works, with
Oh.
graphs and pictures. I've
Oh,
read through it all a
nice.
bunch of times now, and it's already really helped me understand how I tick. I call them the autism docs, but I'm not going to get into that side of the diagnosis. Let's just brush that one away for now. There's a couple
Okay.
types of
Well, now I need to
ADHD.
see a video
We
about
have
that, too.
Hyperactive, inattentive, and combined, which is both
Okay.
hyperactive and inattentive. Hyperactive is the type people typically go to when they think of a loud kid who can't sit still. People with
Yeah.
this kind normally need to fidget, have low patience, tend to talk a lot, and have trouble staying seated, especially when they're expected to, like in a meeting or school. Inattentive is the one where someone experiences difficulty in focus, memory, organization, has a low attention span.
Is that Big
That's
Nate?
the one I
Wait.
have. It's self-explanatory, but if you have the combined type of ADHD, then you got it all. ADHD
Nice.
jackpot right there, my friend. I brought up during the appointments that I used to be such a good kid in school with seemingly zero ADHD symptoms, and how that part has always confused me. And he had a couple hypotheses about it. One, since my mom has always been a big source of my organizational influence, I was able to depend and lean on her for the majority of my school life for it. I felt like I was naturally capable of staying on top of things because she was right behind me the whole time, reminding me and guiding me through stuff. So when I moved out, everything started crumbling, which lines up really perfectly to when I did start struggling. Another explanation he gave was the fact that ADHD affects women differently than men, which is also less researched. Love to hear that one. Not only do women tend to be able to mask their symptoms better than guys, so it goes much more unnoticed, but they also experience ADHD differently. And research says there's a chance it can just start affecting women later in life. I'm no ADHD scientist, though. That's just what I've been told by specialists. I don't know. I've just got the dang thing. Either way, those two explanations made a lot of sense to me and have since put my weird ADHD imposter syndrome to rest. I didn't really think that getting a diagnosis would change much about how I go about my life, but since getting my ADHD certificate and lollipop, it's completely revolutionized how I think
that lollipop
and go
is
about
huge.
getting things done. It's still hard to get my ass into gear when I need to do one normal thing that's not difficult, but I'm much less hard on myself and will strike almost like these kinds of mental deals to loophole myself into getting things done. Like, for example, if I really don't want to edit a video, I'll say to myself, okay, I know it's gonna be super hard for me to immediately start that task, so I'll get myself into the mindset of getting things done by doing a simple other task I don't find difficult.
I do the same thing. I do something small.
That way, I'll feel productive and can transition that into tackling the original task much easier. It doesn't always work, but it's the mindset change and overall understanding that sometimes I'm gonna have to go about things in different ways.
Yeah, you gotta approach it in a different kind of way.
Also, after
That's
being
actually really helpful
diagnosed with
too.
ADHD, I didn't have much desire to get medicated. I figured just knowing I have it would be enough to get things into gear, and I didn't really need medication that badly. But the content creator in me also thought, well, if I'm gonna write a script about having ADHD, it would be nice to be able to talk about what it's like to be medicated, even just for a day. So
there's no
I
way
got
YouTube
prescribed
is what inspired her for
classic
this.
Instant release Adderall. Instant release means I don't have to take it every day. I can just take it when I need to get stuff done. It affects me immediately and then wears off after a few hours. There's also extended release, which is the kind you take every day and gives you a constant steady stream of medication. It wasn't until I had the Adderall in my hands when I realized the idea of taking it for the first time made me nervous.
Yeah, no, because it could change your whole life.
I have so many friends with ADHD. Honestly, a higher ratio than friends without it. That's how it goes in content creation. All usernets have it. They were all telling me that it's awesome, how you'll take it and immediately feel like a god, and you can do anything, and it's incredible. And yeah, that sounds great, but also like, what the hell? What do you mean I take this little pill and suddenly all of my problems seemingly disappear and I gain superpowers?
Would you guys take the medication for ADHD?
That sounds like the thing
I feel like I'd try, but I'd also be scared.
Radius warned us about when we were kids. Am I gonna feel like a completely different person? I don't know. I'm ready to experience immortality. I put off taking Adderall for so long because I was irrationally scared of the tiny blue pill, but coincidentally, I really needed to get a script done. If I take too long to write a video script, then the team runs out of work to do, and then I have a bunch of people sitting around and waiting for me to give them more work so they can pay the bills and survive and stuff. But for the freaking life of me, I just could not get myself to sit down and write that script. My body and soul found it mentally easier to backflip off a bridge than write words on the computer. After literally 2 months of my brain going, ooh, you better write that script.
You better do it.
A single moment of your life if you aren't writing that script.
So someone needs to
get up, go
oh
to the
gosh.
bridge.
No, wait.
I finally swallowed my fears and took my first Adderall. I had talked to James a lot about what Adderall is like since he's been on it for a few years now. And after I took one, I was messaging him like, I did it. I ate an Adderall. How long does it normally take to start? How do I know? What do I do? And he was helping me a lot and giving me tips. Then, like 20 minutes later, I felt it.
Oh. The voices are
All of the
quiet.
nonstop thoughts going
Nah,
on in my
that's
brain
crazy. That's a
went
different problem.
silent. I could think clearly, and in like a line. My mind wasn't racing a mile a minute. I was able to sit behind my laptop and write. It was incredible. I was messaging all my friends about it the entire time. I can write my script and not get distracted. I don't have to take a mental break every 10 minutes. I can remember things. Kelsey sent me a message and I thought, I'll check that in a bit. And I remembered to check it in a bit and respond. When I opened a new tab to look something up, I didn't go down a random unrelated rabbit hole. I picked up my phone to check something and didn't impulsively scroll Twitter for an hour. I can write words so easily. How am I doing this? What do you mean I can feel like this whenever I want if I just eat the tiny blue pill? I refuse to believe regular people can function like this on a day-to-day basis.
So regular people can just get stuff done?
It wouldn't be fair. You guys don't have loud, non-stop voices in your heads preventing you from doing normal things?
TikTok.
Just admit, you can't pick something up and immediately keep remembering what you were supposed to be doing with it.
Wait, Jaiden, come back.
You always forget and feel crazy.
Oh no.
Come on. Come on. I was so suspicious that on Adderall, either nothing would happen and I just wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah, you probably think
like,
oh, it's just overhyped.
I'm a totally different person experiencing some higher-than-life manic episode. But no, I just
like
felt
how
like
just
myself,
chilling.
but with my shit together. And that's the part I couldn't believe. After 2 months of war, I finally was able to plant myself down and write my damn script. You want to know what script I wrote while experiencing Adderall for the first time? This one. I was struggling to write a script about ADHD, and the thing that really pulled it out of me was Adderall. You gotta admit that's funny. Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I didn't think my head was loud before, or I was that impulsive, or had that hard of a time focusing. But now that I've been able to peacefully sit in one spot for hours and not need to take a break or check social media,
why are you kicking the brain?
Get distracted by some stupid tangent I don't actually care about.
Oh gosh, you still need them.
Changes things. I still can't believe what I was able to accomplish. Writing a script in 3 hours. Compared to my typical 12 hours, aka one mediocre thing with no struggle at all. And you want to know what I did right after I wrote this script?
What?
I immediately got up and cleaned the birds' room.
Oh, wait.
Rotting in bed for 3 hours.
No, I gotta... How she gets so productive, man? Like, to go from writing for 3 hours and then go right into cleaning, I couldn't do that, man. Like, medicated, I don't know, but like, I just can't do it now, so I don't know. Have you guys had like a similar reaction to this? Because like, I couldn't do it. I don't think maybe I should go get diagnosed. I think this whole video is making me feel like I just need to figure out if I have ADHD or not.
And I just went from one task to another without thinking about it. All you neurotypical people must be thinking I'm literally pathetic and useless, but I know my ADHD brethren are out of their chairs right now hearing that.
No, they going crazy.
I'm not standing before you all to give you science.
I'm proud of her for making this video too. It's really cool.
On ADHD or diagnose you or even promote prescribed drugs. I'm just here to talk about a big and recent experience in my life, how much of an impact and effect it's had on me, and how awesome feeling normal is. Seriously, being able to take a deep breath in mental silence is incredible. Cherish that feeling if you don't have a neurodevelopmental disorder. It took me 26 years to realize my woes were not actually woes, but symptoms of brain chemical deficiency. I'm writing this video, all things considered, pretty recently after being diagnosed, and I'm still trying to learn how to rebuild my life in a way that lets me optimize my productivity and get things done at a normal level. But so far, I've come so much further than I thought I could simply by knowing what's going on up there in the old noodle. And Adderall. If you're on the fence about being diagnosed with something, I get it. It's scary. It's scary to think you might have it, and it's also scary to think you might not have it. It's an odd place to be. But
I think
for
both
me,
sides,
having
honestly.
a concrete answer from a professional is what got me to finally stop feeling stuck in place and actually start moving forward again. It's been great. I'm excited to keep learning more things about how my mind works and find new ways to improve my day-to-day life. Cheers to getting normal shit done.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave a comment down below who you guys want me to react in the future, and please go leave a like on Jaiden's video as well. That's all I got for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.